Hi there. Have you ever wanted to drink copious amounts of bourbon without your friends realizing you have a problem? Well, you're in luck, you fucking alcoholic piece of shit, because today I'm going to show you how to make an old-fashioned. Now, the old-fashioned has a very long history. In the book Imbibe by David Wondrich, he actually manages to trace it back to around the mid-19th century. Back then it was just known as a cocktail, because, well, it was the only one. Back then, cocktails were pretty much just a combination of alcohol, bitters, and sugar. And it could be any alcohol, gin, brandy, even rum. And then around the late 1880s, they started to become more complicated. People started throwing in fruit juices and orange liqueurs and anything else really. So if someone wanted the classic drink, they had to ask for a cocktail the old-fashioned way. And the name still stands. This is an incredibly simple drink. So to make it good, it comes down to what ingredients you use and how you're going to prepare it. First off, we're going to have a look at what base spirit we're going to use. The original cocktail could have any spirit as its base, but nowadays for an old-fashioned you only want to use one of two. First off, bourbon. This is the one you're going to find in most old-fashions, and it's going to give you a nice, smooth, sweet, easy to drink old-fashioned. Other one that's popular, rye whiskey. It's going to give you a nice, spicier, drier, and slightly more complex drink. Now, either of these choices are good. My personal favorite is rye, but today I'm going to use bourbon because it's what most people think of when they have an old-fashioned. The dilution or watering down of this drink is very important. So to that end, we're actually going to stir it. So get your mixing glass ready, and you're going to need a little spoon. And at times like these, don't we all? First things first, we're going to add 60 ml or 2 ounces of bourbon into our glass. And next we're going to be adding our sugar. Most recipes are just going to say use any kind of simple syrup, but to make a really nice one, I'd recommend finding this. Demerara sugar is a type of raw, unrefined sugar, and it's going to have a lot more flavor than just using regular white sugar. And next we're going to have a look at our bitters. Bitters have existed for as long as the cocktail has. Most popular one on the market now, Angostura bitters. Essentially just a really aromatic, spicy kind of bitter liqueur that's kind of painful to drink on its own, but really nice when diluted a bit. So we're going to add 2 dashes of this.
All around me are familiar faces.
I had apparently taken the cap out of it. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to add 2 dashes of our bitters. And if you're a fan of old fashions, I'd recommend finding a bottle of cardamom bitters. It's actually closer to what they would have originally used, and it's unique. Next, I'm going to add 1 dash of orange bitters. This is really nice. And that's literally all that goes in it. It's a simple drink. Next, you're going to want to fill your glass 2/3 full with ice. And then start stirring for about 20 seconds. This part is very important. A lot of people build their old fashions in the glass, but then you're just going to get a really strong tasting drink. You've got to wait for it to water down a fair bit. Next, we're going to get our double old fashioned glass ready and a big piece of ice. Ice with more surface area is actually going to chill the drink down faster without diluting it as much. So here I've got a big ice ball, or a test sickle, if you will. Laugh now. I'm going to drop that in gently. Or not. And we're ready to strain. The other trick to making this taste fucking delicious is expressing an orange peel on top. Get a nice fresh slice of orange peel and just twist it over the top of the drink. I also like it around the rim. And now we're just going to drop it in. And that's it. The old-fashioned. Probably the first cocktail ever invented, and still fucking tasty. In terms of tasting notes, you've got a whiskey, and sweet whiskey and orange. To be fair, it holds up pretty well for something from the 19th century. It's definitely aged better than the country it came from. Join me next week, or don't, I don't fucking care. Drink irresponsibly.